K-Pro 2. I'll probably get that. $5. Seagate. ST225. Interesting. What? Color video printer. So I got back from Weird Stuff Warehouse and I just got a little VHS tape. It's really nice from BASF, BASF. The box is really nice and the tape is nice and sturdy too. I guess around 1985 or so. Not really sure though. I got something else. All of these. Check that out. You're probably going to have a heart attack when I tell you what the price was for all this. $5 at Weird Stuff Warehouse. I kind of got bored by looking through all the stuff they had for sale, so I ended up looking through a lot of the stuff that they didn't have for sale. Like I asked somebody like, oh, what's the price on that old TV back there? And they said, I wouldn't go any lower than $50. I was like, really? $50 for an old black and white TV from the 80s? That's crazy. But then I turned right around and asked them, oh, how much for this? And they said, $5. It's like, really? $5? You have a really weird way of judging prices, but okay. Works out sometimes. Most of these are probably blank. But then the ones in the front actually do have stuff in them, like Windows 3.1. Of course, these are 1.2 megabyte floppies, so I'd have to get a different floppy disk if I want to use them with my original IBM. These would be much better to use with like a PC Junior or PS2 or something like that. Oh, 5.0 DOS. Winrix DCS. No idea what that is, but these Nashua floppy disks are really cool, nice and red. Unfortunately, if I had to go back in time after seeing how these have decomposed or whatever, I would not get these because they've cracked. They don't seem to be as durable as the black ones. Still cool though. Those are the first like red ones I've ever found, I think. Was the box of Commodore floppy disks? I think I found some white ones in there. Yeah, just a bunch of ones in here. Only like 1 or 2 games. And most of these are unlabeled, so I'm thinking they're pretty much all empty. Now, even though these are only made for 1.2 megabytes, I think I probably could write them, or format them to be like an 800 kilobyte or 480 kilobyte floppy disk. So I probably could still use the blank ones with my IBM PC, but I would want to make sure I read them with a computer that can read 1.2 just to make sure there's nothing on them. But yeah, I could not pass this up. Oh man, I just love this. Could you say that I have too much floppy disks? I don't know though, because floppy disks are so hard to come by. Oh, look at that. That is a hoarder's dream. Or at least an electronic hoarder's dream. So pretty much, I'm like the people that have so much money they can have like they can be like Scrooge McDuck and just have like a swimming pool full of gold. But I just have like a box full of floppy disks that I can like play around with because I have so many of them. I don't think I'm gonna have to buy much more floppy disks, to be honest. I got like the lion's share of floppy disks now. Now, I may have told you guys about a recycling center that I found, and they seemed very open to selling me stuff. Because they seem to be kind of like a small-time recycling center, and so they don't have like as many like the big like legal issues where they have to worry about people suing them or whatever. So they were fine with me just rummaging through boxes of junk that people dropped off. Well, last Monday, I've started a thing where I'm going to go to MRH Recycling every Monday before work, because it's only like, I'd say 5 miles away, and I like having a nice little bike ride to begin the week. I went there, I dropped off an old laptop, and I found this camera. This thing is awesome. It reminds me of the full-size VHS camcorders that I used to record my videos with. Some of my first videos were actually recorded on VHS. I carried a full-size VHS camcorder around with me for years, just everywhere I went. Go to Walmart, I bring it with me. Go to camping, I bring it with me. So I have like just a mountain full of VHS tapes of me recording stuff. And it took me like recording hours upon hours upon hours of video before they finally started getting a structure good enough to put onto YouTube. So I filmed quite a bit of stuff. Oh, speaking about filming, bad discovery today. I've lost 10 months of footage from 2014. From the 1st of 2014 to about October of 2014. I don't have any of the original footage anymore. I don't know what happened to it. It's not on my backup system. Ah well. I have the final product videos though, so I have all my videos. I just don't have all of the like actual like raw footage, which is kind of a disappointment. I don't know what's going on, because I've actually been having a huge problem. Every time I go back to Illinois, my main Windows 7 machine does not copy over all the files. I tell it to copy over manually, and it doesn't copy over all the files. It quits prematurely. Ah, well. But anyway, this camera is from about 1983. Actually, March of 1983. Because if you ever want to know how old a camcorder is, look underneath the viewfinder, and there'll be a sticker most of the time. It really doesn't work all that much. I plugged it into a friend's TV, and audio came through, but unfortunately, video did not. It got video, but not video that's coming from the front lens, that's for sure. It got a really nasty, like, colorful static. So we're going to have to fix this up. Unfortunately, I can't really fix it without a television to view it with. Now this camera is actually quite interesting because it does not have internal video recording, and it does not have internal power. So there's only one cable coming out the back that provides the video output and the power input. Also, it also gives the function for controlling the VCR, because this plugs into this cable, which goes into this box, which comes out of this connector. Now, these two, you'd probably recognize as video and audio, but this one, I believe this one actually, okay, it's a remote. You could actually put this into your old VCR, and this camera would talk to the VCR, and so when you hit record, the VCR records. Whenever you hit, like, rewind or whatever, I guess it would be that one, yeah. Whenever you hit rewind, VCR stops and starts rewinding. So pretty much, it's a modular system. You can get commands from here. So I could just take this, make a little circuit board like using a Raspberry Pi or something, if a Raspberry Pi could record video, and have a little module on the back, build a little lithium battery pack, and I could have a fully recording thing, but it would record it into a digital format. Now the big thing about this, why I'd want to do that, because you might be saying, oh, it's just a crappy old camera. Well, it's a period piece. Anything you record from this is going to look like a home movie from the early 1980s. Or it's going to look like a movie, like a production movie from the late 1960s, because usually camcorders tend to make video that looks like it's 20 years old. You know, like a camera now makes video quality that would look okay in a movie in like 1995 or so, or at least that's my own opinion. Also, there's some issues with the viewfinder. It only has a line across it, so that means that the little field coil inside here, or whatever coil it is, it broke connection. So it's no longer telling the beam to go up and down. It's doing left and right. But yeah, this is pretty cool. I don't think I'm going to have to buy any more camera like this, because in Illinois I have a collection of like 10 of these. Well, not this type. I only have the full-size VHS ones. I've never found a non-self-recording model before. So this is even older, and this is really nice. But now that I don't really have much room in here, I'm going to not go any further past this. Like, I'm even tempted to throw away that tank, but I'm going to keep it, because I'm also looking into buying some land. And when I buy some land, I want to get some like secluded little area for under $100,000. And I want to have like a shipping container shed, which may turn into a house. And I want to try to make my own water. Maybe I can go ride down to the bay and make like a little tanker for my tricycle and suck up like 30 gallons of water and bring it back there and have the solar panels power a water refinery. Or I'm going to tinker around with seeing if I can suck the water out of the air using a condenser, similar to like what they did in Star Wars on I think Tatooine or whatever, where they'd condense water out of the air. Basically, all that'd be is just making an object colder than the dew point so water condenses on it. That's a lot of stuff. I went for a little bike ride today, but I think I'm going to go for another little bike ride. I have not gone up to Montebello Road or Stevens Creek Reservoir since I made that video of me going last March or whatever, so I'm probably going to ride up there. I'm also planning my video series for restoring these tools. I think I'm going to make it a 3-part series. First part will just be me with a wire brush cleaning off all the loose rust. Second part will be me restoring the handles, soaking them in linseed oil, and then maybe, well, actually trying 2 different types of linseed oil. I'll try boiled linseed oil on one, and then just regular linseed oil, and we'll compare the results. And then I'll just like see if boiled linseed oil works best. I'll then put both of them on boiled linseed oil, and I'll let them soak to let the wood soak up the linseed oil, whether it be boiled or not. And then the third video, at least from what I'm planning right now, I could change this any moment. I think I'm going to put them into the back of my tricycle and let them ride around for a little bit, for like a month or so, to slightly polish them, to keep the patina, because I love having like the dark black patina on them, like from just normal oxidation, but not to have the rust. And I found that them just jostling around in the back of my tricycle, like in a toolbox with a bunch of other tools, especially in a cloth bag where a cloth bag can rub up against it, that would make them nice and polished, like what my main wrench has done. Look at that. Look how polished that is. Doesn't that look beautiful? It doesn't look overly new, but it looks well used because it's just been jostling around back here. Unfortunately, that same jostling around is starting to take off the paint from my Bondhus colored hex keys, but I guess it's making them wear and look used also. I hope it doesn't wear all the paint off. Oh, by the way, I can't remember if I said this yet or not, but remember how I've been looking for an old television? Finally found one on eBay. I've gotten so sick of having a hard time finding old television, and all the old televisions around here being so expensive. Like, for instance, that one TV I was telling you about at Where's the Warehouse for at least $50. Fuck that. So, I went on eBay, and I've actually been checking this up on eBay for old vintage televisions for quite a while. And a little 10-inch color TV popped up for $65 with free shipping. Now, normally I wouldn't pay $65 for an old television, but free shipping, and on eBay, and there being such a hard time to find them around here, And finally, me not being in really debt or anything like that, so I'm financially okay. I can afford a $65 TV. So I bought it, and it should come in a couple days. So that's really nice, because when I get that in, I can play my Nintendo. I can fix my VCR, like I've been trying to do for months. I can fix that camera. I can do so many things. I've just been relying on that, getting a TV. So I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna choose this TV, because, well, it's not like I had to just, oh, okay, I'll choose it. It was more like I noticed that one, and it was low enough, because I've been looking around for quite a while. But oh well. It's a nice little 10-inch color television from 1988. It's a Panasonic. It has VHF and UHF knobs on it. It has wood on the sides. Well, at least wood grain on the sides. It's really nice in my opinion. I can't wait for it to arrive. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and thanks for watching. See ya!